Welcome to Talk Like a Professor, where we break down terms in the field of religious studies and make them easy to understand. The term for today is Theodicy. Theodicy refers to explanations about how God can be good in the face of overwhelming evidence that evil exists in the world. It comes from the combination of two Greek words, theos, which means God, and dike, which means justice. Put them together, we get the idea of God's justice, or a kind of question, how can God be just? Now, depending on your background, you might be asking the question, how could God not be just? He's perfect. Well, therein lies the problem. Here we have a philosophical argument, often referred to as the inconsistent triad. Essentially, we have 3 points we know to be true. God is good, evil exists, and God is omnipotent. That is, he knows and controls all things from start to finish, and his will cannot be fought. But now we have a problem. One of these things we know to be true actually cannot be. For example, if God is good and evil exists, then God must desire for evil not to be in the world. As a result, we must assume God is not omnipotent, or he could make his creations without evil. That is, he could create a perfect world where evil does not exist. If, on the other hand, evil exists and God is omnipotent, well, then we have to assume God is not good. If he were, then he would have used his power to remove the need for evil from the beginning, or to make his creation perfectly good. If, on the final hand, 3 hands, God is omnipotent and God is good, then evil must not really exist. Of course, in the face of the atrocities that mankind perpetrates on each other on a damn near daily basis, this hardly seems to be correct. People have struggled with this question for near 2 millennia. All of our answers require compromise. Compromise, that is, to one portion of the triangle. For instance, if we say that we can't understand the goodness of God, and thus can't say if evil actually exists in the world, then we're compromising one portion of the triangle. If we believe that God is not omnipotent, but instead almighty or some other modification, then we're weakening a different one. The reason this is our first term is because people so often use the devil and demons to explain theodicy. Keep in mind that this just backs up the problem a step. That is, if the devil is the author of evil, then why couldn't his author have made him better? If we say that God couldn't have known he would turn bad, haven't we just reduced God's omnipotence? These are questions to which we have no easy answers, but we do have a term to point to them: theodicy.